guys. So today I'm going to do two traces for you that I'll take to Cape Vidal with me. It's a main trace that I use for fishing for slightly bigger fish, your cave bass, your speckleds, that sort of stuff. With the speckleds though, with these hooks that I'm going to use, I do use slightly heavier traces if the speckles are around, just because they are such strong fish that they will snap your hooks like it's nothing. So yeah, let's get into it. For this trace I'm going to be using the mustard tuna circle, the 5/0 for the bottom hook, and a tuna circle 4/0 for the top hook. I prefer using BKKs, but for this case I don't have BKKs, I'm going to use those. And then I have a homemade dangle, edibles dangle, and the 5x6 power swivel, the 3-way power swivel. You can see it there. For the lines I'm going to be using 0.75 Maxima for the hook snoots, and then this will be the main line between the hook snoots. So first what you want to do is you want to measure out your hook snoot for your first hook. So let me just get this sorted. So I usually take it very short hook, so it's from my fingers to the bend in my forearm, so about that long, just to make a bite. I'm going to take the 5/0 and that same snell that I used yesterday in yesterday's video, or in that video that I made the other traces in, and then use the same concept to make these snells. Well, we have put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I like doing it 6 times with the nylon just to make sure. Then lubricate it, obviously pull this straight to the point where it should be. Pull that. There you go, nice and tight, so it looks like that, like the normal. Okay. Take it, pull it tight. Then what you want to do is you want to just slide that snell down the hook, the shank of the hook. Okay, it doesn't want to go in this case, but it doesn't matter. Then you put it through the guide of the hook. So from the back, remember like yesterday's video, from the back through the top towards the bulb of the hook. So like that. Boom, and put it tight. And there we go. You can see the hook sits nice and straight. Hook sits nice and straight, so that when the fish bites, there's no movement, it's not loose, the hook has got direct contact. Right. And that right there is the finished product. You can see the snell is nice and neat, finished off nicely. And there we go. Just want to focus. There, focus on this. There you go. For the next step, you want to grab a small little glow float. The reason I use the glow float is it's just gives a little bit more color in the water, a little bit of an attractant, and also I found that these are more effective than the orange floats, just the normal orange floats in that area. So Cape Vidal and Missions Rocks area. Okay. Sweet. There we go. Then you take your 5x6 swivel. You find for the hook snoot, you'll find the size 5 swivel, so the smaller one of the two, and you tie your hook snoot to that one. So for this it's just a general small figure of 8 knot. So one loop like that, 2 loops like that, slightly bigger, then a 3rd loop, slightly bigger than the last. Up, take this tag end through the back, and voila, open up the, there you go, so that it looks like that. Always remember to lubricate it so you don't burn yourself off. Create twists in the line either. Just like that. Alrighty. There we go. Put straight tied onto there with a figure of 8 knot. Out. There we are. Now you repeat that for the 4-0 and yeah, all will be good after that. So let's do this. Once you've gotten these two sorted out, you want to take the one hook snoot and you want to take the line that you're going to be tying to the other side of the swivel, which will be between the two sections of hook snoots. You want to make sure that that line is double the length of one of your hook snoots. So we'll do that quickly. So what I like to do is I like to take one of these, take the line, measure it up alongside, like that. One. Okay, then I pinch it there. Grab the hook snoot again, twice, like that, and then just a slight bit more, probably about another 10 centimeters or so, maybe 15 centimeters more, just so you've got accountability for the dangles as well as the knot space. So in essence you've got about maybe 1.2 meters. So it's from the fingers to the little indentation in the middle of my neck basically. Right. Then you take your smaller hook, the 4-0, and you find the other section of your swivel, tie it onto there, normal figure of 8, just like the other one, 4, you can use bigger swivels if you'd like, this is just my preferred size, it just works for me. A lot of the guys do use heavier swivels just in case they do hook that big fish, but I haven't found it to be much of a problem. I'm going to be fishing for fish between 3 kg and the 7 kg range, so as long as your tackle can handle that, what you're fishing for, then you should be all good with these swivels. So there we go. There's my figure of 8 tied on. You've got a bigger eye over there which will be tied to your leader. Just a straight braid leader, unless you're fishing obviously a multiplier with mono, or even just a straight coffee grounder with mono. Right, so figure of 8 is tied, and we come all the way down to the bottom again. Right, now with this swivel, with the swivel on your bottom, on the bottom hook snoot, which is to the 5-0, you'll see there's a bigger ring on that side than that side on the same swivel. Right, you can see it over there. So you'll tie the joining piece to that side, to the top of this. So you'll see the bigger eye. You take that section, and then we tie a figure of 8 to that. Boom. Just again, general normal figure of 8, nothing special. Two, three. There we go. Sorted. Okay, so now you have the side going to the bottom hook, and then you have the side going to the top hook. Okay, so now basically you've got your double hook trace sorted out now. So then what you'll do with this trace now is you'll take that eye on the top going towards the top hook. That'll be tied to your main leader on your, that is joined to your line, your reel. And then the eye on this side will go towards your sinker. So that'll be tied towards your sinker line. Right, that's basically the trace. Then the dangle just goes on like normal. And then you tie your white bait on the top. So it's always chokka and prawns on the top. And then just clean, and then on the bottom you'll put your meaty baits like your bonnie cutlets, mackerel, sardines. Around that area, definitely red eye and sardines are the winners. Even maybe if you can mix it a little bit with a slight little piece of bonnie or frigate or whatever, that works too. But yeah, that's the first trace done. So with the second trace, you're definitely going to fish a lot lighter. So you're fishing, your hook snoot is going to be 0.5 triple fish or even the maxima, and then the line in between the two hook snoots is going to be the 0.75 maxima. And the two hooks I'm going to use is my top hook is the ring chinu, very cheap but very strong as well, and then the bottom hook will be the tour. Now the reason we use two different size hooks is because the one hook on the top will have the smaller profile bait and the bottom one will have the meatier, bigger profile bait. Alright, let's get into it. So when tying your J hooks on, there's not really a need for a special snell knot, especially with such light line. Just do a straight figure of 8. So what you can do is measure out your hook snoot again, which again, remind you, from the fingers to the bend of my arm, right there, cut it off. I don't know, my scissors are, so just using those. Then you figure out smaller hook around the top. Again, like I said, straight normal figure of 8. 1, 2, 3 circles, 3 loops. Then through the back. That. Then you want to open up this figure of 8 so that it comes out nice and neat and you can guide it into its place. There we go, like that. Lubricate with your saliva. Take your pliers, pull gently, and boom. There you go, that's all. Just like that. Now, if you aren't comfortable with using such a light line, especially in those areas where the reefs are quite hectic, you can go to up to a 0.6. But the more subtle the line is, the softer the line is, the thinner the gauge, the better your hookup rate will be. So if you're going for smaller blacktails, your smaller cave bass and stuff, you definitely want to use something a little bit lighter. All you have to do in that place is just winch the fish up over those reefs. That's all you can do. And you take a normal float like normal, put it over the line like that, slide it down, grab your 3-way power swivel, right, and again, big guard going towards the leader, right, then the smaller swivel we'll be tying our hook snoot to. Okay, again, just a normal figure of 8, nothing fancy. 1, 2, 3, like that, push it through, like that, through the back, open it up, there we go, make it nice, lubricate, pull it down, pull it slightly tight, not all the way tight, then grab the hook with your pliers, like that, hold the swivel in your fingers, slightly just pull it, and there we go, strong as anything, won't break on a fish. There we go, there you sorted. So if the smaller fish are around, you're getting pestered by the smaller rock rods and stuff like that, this is definitely the trace I would throw on. Okay, so I'm going to skip through the next part because all we're doing is just repeating this exact same process. So yeah, I'll catch you when we are done with this trace. There you go. There you have your double hook trace. Very similar to the previous trace, just slightly lighter for the smaller fish. Obviously the J hooks, because I personally think the hookup rate on the J hook with the smaller fish is definitely better, but a lot of guys will fare to differ on that. With the bigger fish, I prefer to use circle hooks, as number one, you don't do as much damage to the fish's mouth, and I feel like the hookup rate's a little bit better as well. Yeah, and also the reason why we use such thick line is because the reef over there is absolutely atrocious. It's heavy reef, you're pulling fish out of rocks, you're pulling fish over rocks. So that middle section, the reason why we use that and make it so thick is because when the fish is busy trying to run the other direction, that piece of line is taking the most damage and the most hit under the in the reef itself. So yeah, that's the reason why we make it so thick. And also with Vidal, the trick is once you throw your bait, you wind and you try and find a reef, so you'll feel your sinker bounce, bounce, bounce until you hit a reef. The minute it hits a reef, leave your bait there. I promise you, probably in 5 minutes you'll get a bite. And if you don't get a bite within 5 to 10 minutes, wind up, move. So the trick with it is you catch a fish in one spot, you wait and you keep catching fish until the bite slows down or the bite stops, move to another place. So move another 100 meters down the beach or 200 meters down the beach to the next reef. Just keep moving, don't stay in one spot the whole night. And yeah, the further you walk, the better the ledges. The same as missions, just walk as far as you can, as far as you are capable of walking. Just try and find those reefs, because there are some certain areas in that place where there are definitely more open reefs with the bigger fish are sitting in there. Yeah, if you can find a hole as well, fish for sandies, fish for raggies, depending on the time of the year. That's generally, you'll fish for raggies and stuff generally near to the December period, maybe January, maybe Feb, but yeah, even before then, like November, October, November, December time. But you have to have cold water, have to have a northeasterly and colour in the water, and for that definitely use full metal jacket traces, just because of the reef and stuff like that. You are going to get bust off if you use a bite trace. So yeah, spinning is definitely an option around that area because you will get 1 or 2 kingies there, garrick, there's all sorts of things there. If you want to catch wave garrick as well, this little trace over here, the 2 and the 1 trace, excellent for that. Yeah, little prawn baits or even a little piece of choco or whatever, just throw that in the waves, whatever. Even use smaller hooks in that. You can use like maybe a size 6 or something, so like blacktail hooks. Minimum braid poundage when fishing with the double circular trace or even the FMJ trace, I use about 50 to 80 pound, just because you need that little bit of extra abrasion resistance. And then I use 180 pound braid leader. And then if I'm fishing the lighter side of things, then I'll use 40 or 50 pound, and then I'll use about 150 pound, maybe 120 pound like minimum, just to get that little bit of extra abrasion resistance in the reef and stuff like that. So cereals I take with me are my Saragossa 10,000 and my Saragossa 25,000, a Horizon heavy, it's the Zero heavy, and then I take the Horizon Zero XH. Two excellent rods for that. They both got very sensitive tips, and yeah, they throw miles. So that's what I'd recommend taking with you. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys learned something from the video. And yeah, tight lines. Please subscribe, hit the like button, and share the hell out of this video.